Welcome back to Hypnosis Today, where we explore how people are using hypnosis to achieve remarkable things. If you have just joined us, I have as my second guest, Tai Johnson. Now, Tai is a graduate of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She is also the creator of Dance Therapy. Did I pronounce that right, Tai?
Yes.
Now, Dance Therapy is a combination of dance and hypnotherapy. And she is currently using this program with Cirque du Soleil right here in Los Angeles, California. And Tai has with her her very special guest and client, Reethu. Now, Reethu decided to come to Tai to get that billion-dollar mindset. Please help me welcome my guests. Now, I'm going to start with you, Reethu. Why did you want to come to see a hypnotherapist for a billion-dollar mindset?
Well, I've, over the last several years, in saying, I want billionaire consciousness. Yes, I've spoken to business coaches. Yes, I've spoken to folks more on the practical corporate business side, and sure, it's helped to some degree, but I've also come to understand how energy works and how the subconscious mind works, and how whatever it manifests in reality starts with the subconscious mind. So I figured, why not start at the very beginning, reconfigure thoughts, thereby reconfiguring belief systems, and create that billionaire mindset now so that it manifests in the future reality.
And yet you have a wonderful job as a lawyer. Are you wanting to use the law to create the $1 billion and all this prosperity for yourself?
I enjoy practicing law. I've been doing that for about 10 years. On top of being an advisor and a counselor as a lawyer, I've always really also wanted to be an entrepreneur. I really believe that entrepreneurship is where my heart is, and just had kind of a writer's block as to how to do it. That's also a big reason why I approached Tai.
Well, I think that this is very topical because all of us who have good careers understand that multiple streams of income is really a very good way to go in this economy. So now I'm going to ask Tai, where are you in your hypnotherapy treatment plan? What are you doing with Reethu currently?
We have created a spiritual plan, a strategy to help support her new consciousness, to help focus her activities with integrity, with a long-term determination to reach her goal. So what we're doing now is continuing to support the billionaire mindset that we created. We use positive affirmations, we use what ifs, we draw pictures, projecting into the future. We use hypnotherapy tools to create past successes, linking them to future successes.
Can you teach us how to do that?
Absolutely. A finger raising. It's quite simple. Drawing a memory out of Reethu at a time in which she was supremely successful, something that she accomplished due to her own efforts. We are then projecting what she would like to have a few years, months, hours into the future, and with a finger raising, making sure that that feeling is instituted into her body, and using suggestions to link the past and the present.
How is that working in your entrepreneur business?
It's working. I had hit somewhat of a roadblock in my entrepreneurial endeavors before I worked with Tai. I knew I wanted to take a few steps forward, but even with my online business, I couldn't write one more blog article. I couldn't write another sentence. I needed to cross that barrier. And in seeing Tai, that really helped kind of just release that block.
Did you ever figure out what that block was?
I think that block was fear. Yes, it was fear. Because in our sessions, even just general fear and worry and anxiety came up. And in eliminating those basic feelings, I have really seen my ability to move forward in my business. And I've also encountered financial windfalls that I can't explain. So this wealth consciousness is coming into fruition.
Can you explain them?
Well, what happens is when we release resistance, and we did use a circle therapy technique with an arm steel bar to help break some of the resistance, to help get through some of the fear, things that were created in the time period of her life when the critical mind was forming. So some, past incidences and things that she had to work through and deal with. we then were able to create a clean slate. In my opinion, you can create all of the positive suggestions in the world, but if you're not putting them into a clean slate, there can be a little bit of friction or additional resistance. So what we did is in the first session, we did a chakra clearing and balancing through a progressive relaxation. And we then started with the positive suggestions, and they've really taken hold.
Were you surprised when you were doing the circle therapy and putting any resistance into this arm? Were you surprised that your arm actually stiffened, and no matter how hard you tried to release it, it became stiffer and stiffer?
I did. I was surprised at how it stiffened. I was also surprised at different points how it moved so easily, even though I thought I was pushing up. So I was surprised in a variety of ways.
So what did you think about hypnosis before you actually tried it?
I had been intrigued by hypnotherapy in concept, but I was afraid to utilize it as a tool. I thought, I've got to really trust somebody to allow them access to my mind, my subconscious mind. And so I was a little fearful. I had never done hypnotherapy before.
Yeah.
And in my first session, I developed a trust relationship with Tai.
How did you find her?
Through a professional contact on her website. And really I was just drawn to, you've been interested in hypnotherapy for the last 5 years. It's a tool you haven't even tried. Just give Tai a call. Someone you know has recommended her. So there's a little bit of a trust factor. Spoke with Tai, and the trust developed.
You know what's interesting about what you just said, Reethu, is there's kind of a misnomer. Nobody ever goes to see a hypnotherapist to get less control over her life. The only reason anyone would ever see a hypnotherapist is to get more control over her life. So what surprised you with letting someone enter into your consciousness?
So I was very surprised that Tai was able to have access to my subconscious mind with my permission. It was, even though I did go under and I felt very relaxed and I didn't remember portions of it, I still felt very much in control. So the way that Tai approached it is, yes, she had access to my subconscious mind, but still having me have full control.
That's right, because you know, all hypnosis is really self-hypnosis, and Tai is just a companion on your journey. What are 3 post-hypnotic suggestions that everyone who's working with a client who wants a billionaire mindset should know and incorporate into his or her practice?
Well, I'd like to share Reethu's personal favorite, I release resistance. My personal favorite, I have faith in the divine.
Yes.
And this is very technical and practical, I am open to receiving wealth from unexpected sources.
Now that one really manifested. Can you tell us about receiving wealth from unexpected sources?
Sure, I'll give you 3 examples to keep it short. Things like I would need to go to the grocery store or the hair salon, and I happened to find the one parking spot at the 1 meter that has an hour of time on it.
That's unexpected.
Unexpected, and I didn't have change on those days anyhow, so it benefited me. Things like that have been happening. Knowing that I'd cleared my jacket pocket, stick my hands in there and $20 comes out. A deposit into my bank account that I didn't expect. A check for $600 from my car company saying that I had overpaid them. I don't overpay my car payment. So, unexpected wealth is flowing, and I'm going to continue to allow more and more and more and relax into it.
What is your vision for where your job that you enjoy so much as a lawyer fits in with your entrepreneurship?
That's a very good question. And I like how you started the segment with the multiple streams of income. I've always envisioned that I would become a billionaire through multiple streams of income. Love practicing law, and I love also the entrepreneurial side.
And I love a life of balance. Well, I know that everybody is going to want to know more about your practice, both your combination of dance and hypnotherapy. And there's another wonderful way of combining two disciplines, two art forms, and two ways of just enriching the mind, body, and spirit. We're also going to want to learn more about how we can build a billionaire mindset by reaching Tai Johnson. And you can reach Tai on HMIgrads.com. I want to thank Tai, and I want to thank Reethu for coming in.
Thank you so much.
Your story is really interesting, and it is magnificent, especially the one about reaching into your pocket and pulling out a 20. I want to do that with all of my jackets at home. It appears that we're out of time for today, but I want to thank you both for joining us.
Thank you, Lisa.
Everybody in the
Thank you,
studio
Lisa.
audience, everybody watching at home. My name is Lisa Machenberg, and I hope you'll join us next time when we meet more people and explore how they are using hypnosis today. Please stay tuned. We have a lot more coming up for you on HMIwebTV. That's hypnotherapy television 24/7. Goodbye. Thank you.
Create that billionaire mindset now so that it manifests in the future reality.
And yet you have a wonderful job as a lawyer. Are you wanting to use the law to create the $1 billion and all this prosperity for yourself?
I enjoy practicing law. I've been doing that for about 10 years. On top of being an advisor and a counselor as a lawyer, I've always really also wanted to be an
Welcome back to Hypnosis Today, where we explore how people are using hypnosis to achieve remarkable things. If you have just joined us, I have as my second guest, Tai Johnson. Now, come to Tai to get that $1 billion mindset. Please help me welcome my guests. Now, I'm going to start with you, Reethu. Why did you want to come to see a hypnotherapist for a $1 billion mindset?
Well, over the last several years in saying, I want billionaire consciousness. Yes, I've spoken to business coaches.
Is a graduate of HMI College of Hypnotherapy. She is also the creator of dance therapy. Did I pronounce that right, Tai?
Yes.
Now, dance therapy is a combination of dance and hypnotherapy. And she is currently using this program with Cirque du Soleil right here in Los Angeles, California. And Tai has with her her very special guest and client, Reethu. Now, Reethu decided to...
Yes, I've spoken to folks more on the practical corporate business side, and sure, it's helped to some degree, but I've also come to understand how energy works and how the subconscious mind works, and how whatever manifests in reality starts with the subconscious mind. So I figured, why not start at the very beginning, reconfigure thoughts, thereby reconfiguring belief systems, and